You see that number right there? You probably actually can't because can't get the camera close enough and in focus. 100 subscribers. That is, stay in focus, camera. That is awesome. So that means now I have to figure out how to make a 3-foot launch ramp and then launch myself into a lake. Maybe should not have promised that for 100 subs. I will still figure out a way to do it though. Anyways, I got the ramp, the 4-foot section of this half of the half pipe here. That section right there will be sitting right there, and then we still need to completely build a section that goes over here. But we do now have the 4-foot section, so we can cut that to the right size and then set it right there. Because after that we will have 2/3 of the half pipe done. Then we just need to finish, that right there. And the surface of the 2-foot quarter pipe is completely destroyed now. It's like wrinkly now and still just falling apart. But I do have an idea for a new surface for it. I just need to actually get it, and it's actually cheaper though than this, which is pretty awesome. It's like 13 bucks, and if that doesn't work, there's a few other options I have. They're a little bit more, but I might have found a really good surface for ramps for ridiculously cheap that almost anybody can get. And I also did finally get the coping. It is a whole 12 feet long. One continuous piece. They weigh a lot each. They're like 50 or so pounds, I would say. I'm trying something new with this coping though. It is actually a completely different type of steel. The coping that I have on everything else, this stuff is just normal steel that they use for welding, like mild steel or something. I don't exactly know the names of it or anything. It's just normal steel you get from normal places. I think that stuff was actually, this wind. I think that stuff was just black pipe. So really normal stuff is what you find at Menards, just a lot bigger. The new stuff is stainless steel, so it should not rust, unlike everything else. Because like the rails are rust. You can see little rust spots like here and all the way through here. Same with the threshold and with the other copings. So we are trying stainless for this one. It's just 24 feet of stainless, which in theory then, since it's stainless steel, it should not rust, but you never know with stainless. I've had a lot of stainless steel rust before because, I don't know, hopefully this time it will not rust. I think before I start working on the ramps of any sort, I want to scooter some, so let's do that. Let me just, again, teleport you to your right location. Okay, now you're in your right position. Hopefully this looks mediocrely okay. And now watch this, ready? Magic! I need to figure out how to stop leaving, like, marks where the rails were, cause that's ugly. Somehow in like the 3 days I haven't scootered, I've unlearned bar spins, and I just really hurt my hand relearning it. I think we're going to work on this ramp section thingy. I need to cut off about 8 inches, about right here. This needs to be chopped off. Because right now the end is 1.5 inches tall, right there. And I need it to be 3.5, I think. However tall 2x4 is. Yeah, so 3.5 inches. So let's chop that off. I think I'm gonna use a handsaw and a skill saw because these sides are really hard to cut with a skill saw because it's so small. It's just easier to do with a handsaw. So I'm gonna use a handsaw for that and then just slide a skill saw across the rest of the plywood. Looks like I need to cut off like 1/2 inch more because now it's actually getting kind of picky on the right size because I match up that with another piece and they need to be relatively close. So, but you already saw me do it once, so I'm just gonna again skip past it. Finally, I've kind of got a ramp now. I mean, it's like, it's the right shape and everything. It's just not like There's not the right layers and stuff on top. But it's actually getting pretty close to done. So I also just set the coping on to see what it looked like. Ignore the mess around everywhere and over there and over there and yeah, everywhere. But it's actually looking like a ramp now. And I got this edge right here that it connects to be relatively small. Like there's not very big of a gap right there. So after the 2 layers of plywood that go on top of this layer, it should flatten itself out. And then under here, I just threw a few screws in, connecting this thing to the other one right there. Also, if you can see it, but you probably can't, threw a few screws in down there. So now it is connected to that thing and that thing. I also plan to raise the coping up about a 1/2 inch because I'm going to have another 3/4 of an inch of plywood on the bottom and 1/2 inch more on the top. So I need the coping to be a little bit taller because I'm making everything else so much taller that it needs to be raised. The way that I plan to do it is I'm going to put some rubber where it touches the ramp, and that should first of all dampen the noise, and also it will then elevate it about 1/2 inch. Just need to actually get the rubber. So what I would like to do now before it completely starts raining, since it's raining a little bit now apparently, is I want to screw in the board that goes behind the coping, because as you can see, and again ignore the crap in there's no board behind this, so the coping can actually move. So let's screw that in. You know what I didn't think of until now? The board needs to be screwed into this sheet of plywood right here. Yeah, well there's a sheet of plywood right here, so that's not really gonna happen. What I'm gonna do instead is I've got these longer screws. They're not stainless, but they're plated 3 times with some sort of fancy plating, so they shouldn't rust still theoretically, hopefully. And that should... No, that's not long enough. Dang it. I'm gonna have to take off this whole top right here. I'm feeling pretty stupid right now. I have no clue why I decided to take that off. I don't know. Probably gonna look back to this video and be like, oh yeah, that's why. There's nothing I can do with it off. I could have went under it to do anything I could have when it's on or off. So I'm really confused on why I just took that off. Then my second issue is there's no way I can screw it in. This board is in the way. There's supposed to be one right here. How is like... I can't put screws through. So I don't know what I was doing. That was weird. I'm still confused on what my plan was. Trying to figure out then how I'm going to screw in that last board. Yeah, I'm just gonna unscrew this thing from this thing. Then I should be able to screw in the new board. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm really confused. Anyways, I'm gonna do that. So it started raining, but I did get it all assembled, and there now finally is actually a board behind this coping. It's actually looking like a ramp now. Again, I'm gonna put 2 more layers on top of it so it looks nicer than this. It'll also be smoother than that because it'll have better layers on top. The only thing other than that that's left on this side is to extend this back thing out because again, that's too short. It needs to come out to that thing and yeah. So that is all of the assembly mostly then on this side. It looks awesome so far. Like, I'm so happy I chose to use stainless steel for it because first of all, as you can see, it's raining. That's why everything's so colorful. And then also it matches the screws. Such a big priority. Like this then matches these. They're the same color since they're both stainless. Which doesn't actually really matter, but it makes it look a little bit nicer. And I got a pretty good deal on it. So, looks pretty awesome with the stainless coping. And then again, it will not rust like this one. Do you see all that rust right there? Yeah. Once it dries up, I might try out the ramp, but it's really wet. Now it's really raining out. Everything is just like, there's actually puddles on the ramp now. Look, you can see the trees in the reflection of the ramp. Okay, I'm just gonna say the ramp looks beautiful when it's wet. So I think that's actually going to be the end of today's video because I think made an outro exactly like this. There's no more light, so there's also tons of rain covering everything. So yeah, I kind of hate the rain. Could the rain just go like away forever? That would not be good. Never mind. Forget that I said that, rain. Okay, thank you guys very much for watching. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, share it if you liked it. Then click over here to watch a video, then another video, and click over here to subscribe, and then click over here to watch a different video. Thank you for watching. See ya.